So you guys can open your cameras, okay, or not. You can talk to me, okay, throughout the course. I'm going to ask you to type in questions, please, okay? So at the end, we're going to have questions and answers. And because I've been working with this for 24 years now. The first time I actually taught a course on the Chinese year was in 2001 in the United States. So the first time I did it was in English. And I haven't done it in a while in English. So my name is Bianca Brazil. I'm from Brazil. I'm in Brazil right now. I'm in São Paulo. Okay. While I talk to you, I'm going to share a slide here with you. Okay. This is some of what I do. But Bianca, you work with health, you work with Chinese medicine and Chinese zodiac. Yes. Okay. Yes, because one of the things that we get from the information I'm going to talk to you about is the tendency in having some diseases, how our body works differently. Okay, so we're going to start now. And then I have my YouTube channel, which is called Coisas do Tal. In Portuguese, I'm going to ask Thiago to type in or to send you guys the link, okay? Because this video is going to be available on my channel. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you what 2022 is going to be about when it comes to Chinese forecast. I don't like that word. Okay, I don't like the word forecast because this is really about chemistry, physics, astronomy, astrology, mathematics, and I'm going to walk you through this. All right. And please let me know if you can see the slideshow. There you go. Okay. So let's go. If you look here, you're going to see young water tiger. Okay. And last year, or still this year, because the Chinese New Year is going to be February the 1st. Okay. February 1st, we start our new Chinese year. Okay. And Bianca, why is that different? Because the calendar year, the Gregorian calendar year we use that starts every January 1st is a solar calendar. And the Chinese calendar is a lunar calendar. Okay, so at the end of the years, it's at the winter solstice. Yes, after the winter solstice, we count first, second new moon, the second new moon of the Gregorian year. Okay, so sometimes it starts in the end of January, sometimes it starts in the beginning, up to mid-February. Okay, that's when the Chinese New Year starts. Okay, so it's going to be next Tuesday, and I'm going to walk with you through this information. So next year and the following years, you understand, right, how we read this. Because it's not about forecasting. It's not, oh, so everybody who was born in the year of the tiger is the same, has the same fate. No. When you know what year you were born, you have only 12.5% of the information Chinese zodiac chart can give you. Okay, so if you see, there are basically 3 pieces to it right now, right? Yang, water, and tiger. And this is what we are going to talk about. So how did the Chinese come up with all this, right? So think about 7,000 years ago, because that's, I mean, we have proof in stone, right? Writings in stone with the symbols of the zodiac and the elements that date 7,000 years. So imagine this Chinese guy waking up in the morning, had no iFood, no iPhone, no iTunes, right? And all he had is observe, right? And the Chinese are an amazing people because they love observation. Okay, they really love observing things, classifying things, and this is what I really love about them. So this Chinese guy wakes up, look up, right? And sees the sky, heaven, God, rain, wind, and these changes in climate, and all these things that come from heaven, that come from the sky for free, right? So he starts saying that God, which is who's a masculine principle, is giving, is generous. It's our Father. It gives us a spirit, and depending on the time, we can receive a different kind of spirit, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, and then he defines these spirits and these energies as the 5 elements, and he also finds out and observes that these energies have yin and yang polarities, and he calls them the heavenly stems. Okay, hold on. I know this is crazy, but it's going to make sense in 5 minutes. Okay, so he looks down, and what does he see? The earth, right? Well, but God doesn't live in the earth. Who lives in the earth? Mother Nature, right? It's not a giving principle, but a receptive principle, a feminine principle. Okay, and guys, pay attention to this. Young energy is outwards, it's giving. Okay, think about the man's DNA, for example, right? The sperm, right? Their DNA, they're giving it, right? Their sexual organ goes outwards, right? Their DNA goes outwards, moves outwards, like everything that comes from the sky. And the female's sexual organs and DNA are ova, right? It's inside, yin side. And the woman needs to be receptive to it. So the Chinese thought, oh, wow, okay. So spirit comes from heaven, from God, and from the earth, mother, nature. There comes a body. And if you think about the Bible, right? God says that, the Bible says that God got some earth, right? And made a body and breathed into that body, and that body came alive, right? So the Chinese say this the same thing, okay, using other words. But what the Chinese learned from all of this is that we have 5 different kinds of spirit, 12 different kinds of body. Okay, that's why when you print your chart, that's why when you see your Chinese zodiac chart for the first time, you're going to see animals, right, at the bottom, animals at the bottom, because they are the earthly branches, and you're going to see elements on the top, okay, because they are your spiritual energy from heaven, okay? So we can say it like this. When heaven and earth communicate, okay, when Earth is receptive to the generosity of heaven, it gives birth to everything. Okay? And the Chinese observed that, let me admit some people here, and the Chinese observed that these meetings they have, okay, they happen in a yearly, monthly, daily, and hourly basis. That's why in our birth chart, we have 4 animals and 4 elements, okay? So if you go to, I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? I'm going to show you how to do this. This is a basic Bazi chart, okay? So I just got any date, put Junior here, okay? So see, Junior was born in the year of the dragon. So I cannot say, Junior is a dragon, Junior is just like everyone else that was born in the year of the dragon. No, no, because Earth and heaven met in 4 different cycles at the moment Junior was born. Okay, so Junior has different spiritual gifts and earthly gifts. Okay, so how do we do that, right? Let me interrupt here, and I'm going to share how to do this with you. First thing is here. If you guys type in fengshuivillage.com, okay, let me copy this, and you can do this with me. Where is the chat box? Chat is here. You guys can do it right now. I'm going to show you how, okay? So you'll come here, male or female. Let's give an example here, male. Okay, day, let's say 11th, July maybe. 2001, maybe. What time? 3:30 p.m. 3:35 p.m. This is what you're going to get. Okay? And then you're going to get the combination of your year, the combination of your month, the combination of your day, and the combination of the hour in which you were born. And when we study the Chinese zodiac in depth, we understand, for example, that each one of these pillars, and we call them 4 pillars of destiny, according to the Chinese zodiac or Bazi, okay? Here, Bazi, all right? So this guy here, let's call him Joey. Joey is a snake. So what's the year of the tiger like for Joey that was born in the year of the snake? Yeah, but this is just in one area of Joey's life, okay? Because there are 4 different areas, and I want you to print or take a picture of your chart right now, okay? So as I talk about the year, you can get extra information, okay? So we're going to go back there for presentation. So you see, when you look at the chart, you have heaven, yang. At the top, you have yin, earth at the bottom. And in the middle, you have your chart. So you are the sum of all this, okay? And this is how we translate these 4 pillars, okay? So the first pillar, it's the animal, the combination of the year. Okay, so when you read, the year of the tiger for the snake, if it's in your first pillar, this is for your childhood, physical condition, relationship with your parents and siblings. Okay, this is your first animal. Your first animal, the reading of your first animal is no good for social life, for adulthood, for career, for marriage. Okay, so for example, I do MIAI for people. What's that? Arranging marriage. Okay, like through checking the date of birth of people and see if it's good or not. Okay, and this is the third pillar. Because when you get married, this is the animal you become. Okay, so this guys is so deep. This is so deep. It's not about there's one animal. No, there are four animals. There are four elements, and there's the polarity. Okay, so let's go together. So what do I do with all this, right? This heaven luck that we find in Patse, the four pillars, and the Tsiwei Shu map. Okay, what do we do with this earth luck, the feng shui that we find with this compass, right? So how do we define man luck, which is perfect timing for doing things? The Chinese don't believe in lucky days. There are lucky days for some things. Tomorrow is a lucky day for some other things and for some other people, depending on their chart. Okay, so luck is not for everybody. So you have to understand where you're coming from. But I can tell you one very interesting thing. No matter what animals you carry, no matter how they say you're going to be in an unlucky year this year, okay, feng shui can fix most of it. Okay, we cannot change our Batsa chart. We cannot change our birth chart, but we can adapt and harmonize through feng shui. Okay, this is why feng shui is so important. Okay, so young water tiger, that's the year of 2022. But you have probably seen in your chart that you have some of these combinations as well. Okay, so you can think about the year and you can think about your chart. First thing, guys, yin and yang. Okay, remember that Chinese guy that went outside, looked up, day, sun, movement, noise. The animals are outside. Everybody's going hunting, right? Exterior, strength, sound, fast, outwards. As soon as we get up, we put mucus out. We put poo-poo out, pee out, spit out, right? We sweat during the day. That's normal, right? While at night, in the evening, the movement starts going upwards and outwards, but inwards and downwards. And that's yin. Okay, so 2021 was a yin year. It was a year to be quiet, to stay home, to think about your nutrition, to rest, okay, and to be more thinkative than emotional, okay? We think emotions are yin. No, emotions are super yang. Okay, some of them more than others, but yang, I mean, it's very easy to tell because you see, it's outward. What we think is in the interior. You can never tell. You can barely tell what a person is thinking, but most of the times you can tell what a person is feeling. Right? He's sad. He's angry. You don't know why, because why is a thought, is a reason. Right? So we are moving from a yin year to a yang year. So it's a year of movement. Something interesting for you to look in your chart. Do you have more yang or more yin? Right? Because some people say, For example, my husband. My husband is 100% yin. He doesn't like going out. He doesn't like crowds. He doesn't like loud noise. I'm 50-50, 50% young, 50% yin. Okay, so, but we have to understand that we're not the same, and we cannot demand from people to be like us. And the mastery of 1C, which is relationship for the Chinese, is understanding what can I ask of the other? What can I ask of other people, right? And not expect them to act, behave, or do things or judge things the way I do. Okay, so the first aspect that we have to look into this year of 2022 is that it's a young year. And you could also look at your chart right now and check, right? And am I more young than yin? Am I more yin than yang? Am I in balance? Am I completely yang or completely yin? Okay, because that happens, right? And then now we move into the elements. Okay, and when you look at your chart, please don't look at the elements at the bottom. The elements at the bottom, there are right next to the animals. They have nothing to do with this. Okay, they are the intrinsic elements of the animal. Okay, don't look at them. When I talk about this, look at the elements on top, at the top. All right. Okay, so you're gonna see that if you were born with, remember, yang is movement. Is upwards, is outwards, right? It's ahead. It's going out there. It's exterior. And yin is interior. Okay? Yin is moving inwards, downwards. All right? So when we see the 5 elements, okay, and fire is about family, blood relationships. Earth is about career. Metal is about finances. Okay, water is physical. It's about the body. Wood is social. Okay, and we were 2020, 2021, we were in yang metal and then yin metal, and now we are moving to a yang water. And when we talk about yang water, we're talking about looks. Why? Because it's like this. Think of the body, okay? If yang is exterior, what's the exterior of the body? Your looks, your appearance. If yin is interior, what's the interior of your body? It's your health. It's how your body works, right? It's your physiology. All right, which is going to be next year, which is going to be the year of the rabbit, of the yin water rabbit. All right, so the first thing I want you to pay attention to is that your looks is one of the most important things this year. How people see you and how you see yourself. Do you look in the mirror and like what you see? And it's not appearance of yourself only, but the appearance of what you do. When you look at your business card, for example, do you like what you see? When you look at your website, when you look at your nails, when you look at your house, okay? Because this is going to be a very beauty-oriented year. Do I see beauty in it? If I see beauty in it, it's going to be like a good business card, good propaganda. Then I might get interested in something. Okay, if it's not beautiful, I might just let go and try something more beautiful. Is it fair? It's not about being fair. It's just how heaven works. Okay, So everything must be beautiful. Everything must look good. Okay. And then when we get this water, this young water with the tiger is an animal that naturally likes beautiful things, strong things. I mean, think about a hungry tiger and he sees 2, 4, 5 deer running at the same time. I believe the tiger would run after the ones that are the heaviest, that can give him more food, or I don't know, that looks better, as a meal, because we do that, right? If you go to a fast food court, that's what you do. You look at food and this one looks better. This one doesn't look that good. Okay, so looks is very, very important this year. One other thing is, let's think about water young. We said young is movement, right? So it's a great year for sports. It's a great year for exercising. It's a great year for traveling. It's a great year for going places, all right? But one other thing about water that I want you to think about is that, for example, if I put water in my bottle, the water becomes a bottle. Water has no shape, right, to itself. When I put water here in my pots and mug with my 4 animals, yeah, okay, it becomes a mug. If you put water in a lake, it becomes a lake. In the ocean, it becomes an ocean. In the river, it becomes a river. Okay, so we should be careful not to go with the flow too much, okay? Not to be bipolar, tripolar, okay, tetrapolar, which I mean, if I'm here, I'm going to be like this with these people. I'm going to be like that with those people. No, because you see, this is how we have to be careful this year. Okay, and we also have to be careful. Why? Because water it's like a sponge, young water, it moves and it carries with it everything that's in its way. Think about a flood, for example, right? A river is flooding, it's going to carry everything along with it. So we also have to be careful not to carry unnecessary things with us. Okay, we need to travel light, not to get too polluted, right? So we also have to be careful. And when we think about yang water, different from yin water, because the lake is yin water, right? The cup is yin water. The bottle is yin water because the water is sitting here. It's not moving. But when I think about a waterfall, when I think about the ocean, when I think about a river, okay, that's the strength that the spiritual energy of the year is going to bring us, is going to give us, okay, for granted. Okay, so there will be strength to move on. And there's also something very interesting about water, which is water deviates from obstacles, right? It gets its ways. Right? You can't stop water for a long time. So it's also a year for us to get our things done, but stop thinking, instead of thinking about the blockages, the difficulties, instead of thinking about the challenges or the hardships we are facing, think about how to slip through, find your way through. Like water, all right? Length, low, low. That's water, right? You don't see water I don't know, just jumping around and spreading itself. No, no, it follows its course, and it always finds a way to move along, okay, and to reach its goals. Okay, so this is the heavenly part. Okay, but when we talk about the animals, what's the tiger about? The tiger is about motivation, guys. Okay. Oh, and this is written in Portuguese, sorry. So we're coming from an year of determination and moving into motivation. But Bianca, where did you get these words from? Easy. These are the 12 earthly branches. Okay. Way back there. That's how they were called. There were no names of animals at all. Okay. And they were the first from the 12th earthly branch. What does that mean? That the first one is the seed ready to pop underneath the earth. Okay. The second one is the bud trying to move through the earth that's all over it so it can surge, right? And then create root, and then get to its highest height, then form flowers and bear fruit and lose its fruit to the fall, and then the seeds go back to the earth, and the seeds find a nice place under the underground and waits until this movement of doing something, starting again, happens. Okay, and so when you think about these animals, okay, the truth is each of these animals represent a moment in these earthly branches, a moment in the life of plants. Okay, so this year that ends what, tomorrow? Tomorrow, it ends tomorrow. Yes, it has been a year of determination. We have all of this, on top of us, which is the ox, right? The ox has all this earth on its back, and it has to find its way through to survive, to breathe, right? And the tiger is, I won. I won. Oh my God, I won. Oh my God. Oh my God. And if I can do it, you can also do it. That's why the tiger is the animal of motivation, inspiration, right? And fights for its own survival. So let's try to understand what's happening since the 24th of this month, because the last week, the last moon, the last waning moon before the New Year's, the Chinese New Year's Day, it's like the ox needs to become a tiger. And this is what's happening right now, okay? But then you say, but Bianca, when are you going to tell me if this year is going to be good for me or not? I'm telling you right now. How difficult was it for you to act like an ox? Work, focus, determination, carry a lot of weight. I mean, not many things to, bribe about, to be happy about, to celebrate, because of this disease. Just keep doing whatever you have to do. How difficult was it for you? Now, how difficult is it going to be for you to act like a tiger? Because a tiger doesn't like to be locked, right? And water young. So we're talking about movement of the body, going places, traveling. Water young is about traveling. And The tiger is about inspiration. It's about motivation. The tiger is an animal. If you think about, I love Animal Planet because you can see the truth of animals. And even if you look at people that were born in the year of the tiger, they look very proud of themselves. They may not be, inside, but they are so beautiful, and they have this tiger look. This is so amazing because the animal of the year gives you some features of the real animal. Okay, so how difficult do you think it is, or it can be, to move from this one energy to the other? It can be very difficult for some, right? But if you think, the ox is so heavy, it's going to be lighter. The ox is stuck to the earth, and the tiger jumps and advances and fights and roars and shows itself. Yeah, but then you have to ask yourself, is it easy for a horse to act like a tiger? Yes. Is it easy for a horse to act like an ox? Yes. That's why the horse, the people that have a horse in their pillars, 2021 was not so bad, but 2022 is going to be much better. Okay, now get a rooster. How difficult is it for a rooster to look down, do its thing? It's just like the ox. That's what the rooster does. Okay, how difficult is it for the rooster to jump and to show itself and to be proud of itself? Very easy. So it's another animal that will not suffer that much. Okay, but for animals, for the rabbit, for example, can be a difficult year. For the rat, it's going to be a very difficult year because the rat doesn't like to show. The rat doesn't like to be seen because it's an animal that's pretty much scared animal, because all the others are so big and everything seems so big. So this is a difficulty, okay? And this is what I want you to think about, all right? And remember, there's one other very important thing that I want you to understand. The tiger is a very loyal animal, but the tiger is not loyal to you. The tiger is not loyal to anyone. The tiger is loyal to what it receives from life and from people. What does that mean? If you give me love, I'll give you love. If you spit on me, man, I'm going to spit on you. If you hit me, I'll hit you. If you hate me, I'll hate you. So not that all tigers are like this. Remember, you have 8 pieces to your puzzle. And the tiger, if you have a tiger in your chart, is just 12.5%. But this is the energy of the year of getting even. Okay, of getting even. So there are many stars in the Siweto Shu map of helpful people for many animals this year. But if you want to have helpful people around, help people. If you want to have loving people, love people. Be that which you expect from others. Be that which you expect to receive. That's why the tiger leads through example, through motivation. That's leadership. Okay, because I have a special teacher, and he used to say that words inspire, examples drag. Okay, so if I say beautiful words to you, I may inspire you to act, but if I give you an example, a living example of what I expect from you, I'm going to drag you along. So this is a year that words will mean nothing. Okay, words will mean nothing. It's and always remember how faithful the tiger is. And when I say faithful, is faithful in giving you back or 10 times fold whatever you've done for it or for him. Okay, so be careful. It's a year of war, of getting it even, getting back at people, and don't waste your time there or your energy, because this is a year that you can really break through when it comes to your career, when it comes to fame, when it comes to getting things your way. Okay, so just try and don't get too involved with fights and arguments and haters and all that. Okay, I always like to separate a bunch of pictures of famous people that were born in that year, right? And oh my God, Lady Gaga, she's so tiger, so tiger. And you can see the similarity, right? And their eyes, the size of their forehead, the eyebrows. Yeah, they're awesome. They're beautiful. They're very talented. Okay, it's a very talented animal. It has, the tiger has to do with the arts, music, cinema, everything that's beautiful, right? Motion pictures. And so it's very important that you put motion into whatever you do, okay, in order to be successful. Now, some things I want to share with you, okay, after these pieces I've given you, because of course this course, guys, is a 4 to 8 hour long course. Okay, so I'm here just to share some inspiration and try to explain to you something that's very deep in a very short time. Okay, so leadership is unlocking people's potential to become better. Do you do that to others? Bad, wrong question. Do you do that to yourself? Because in order to have a great year of the tiger, it's not about leading other people, it's about leading yourself. Okay, so are you unlocking your own potential to become better? Are you doing that to yourself? Okay, now think of a tiger, think of a cat, right? Have you seen cats, tigers, leopards walking around, looking down, all ashamed of themselves? No, they're so proud of themselves. Right? They look at dogs, they look at other animals like, I'm much better than you, right? They love themselves. So, very important. Are you proud or ashamed of yourself in your story? We've all been through the year of the rat and the year of the ox, 2020, 2021. We were all seeds. We were all tiny buds. Now it's our time to show, to come out like Superman, you know, here I am, the superhero is here. But it's funny because Superman was not really ashamed of being Clark Kent. Spider-Man was not really ashamed of being Peter Parker, or was he? Okay, because the tiger is a superhero. And are you ashamed of what brought you to this moment? That's the big question, okay, before the year starts. Man, the people that are here that know me, I have so many, there's so many pieces of stain in my life, in my story. And guess what? I'm proud of them. You know, they make me who I am. And when you see a scar, for example, reminds you of your fights, of your battles. Why be ashamed of them, right? And every time, everything you see here, it's not about others. It is not about others, it's about yourself. People will follow you. It's, forgot the word in all languages right now. Um, it's going to be a secondary thing, not the main thing. The main thing is you leading yourself. Okay, when you become a self leader, a true leader is a self leader, then people will just follow, right? And if you act like that water young with emotion, you are this river, just flowing and moving along, you're going to drag everyone with you. Okay? That's why I love Stephen Covey. And I love this phrase. What you do has far greater impact than what you say. Okay? This is so true, because when we see babies, before they learn to talk, they learn to imitate gestures from their parents, even eating caca, right? You see a baby eating caca from the nose and you're like, somebody does that at home. Who's that? Big brother, mom, dad, right? They're being leaders. So we have to understand that being a leader is not only I'm a leader. You can be a leader and lead people to success, and you can lead people to failure. Everybody's watching. Okay, people were so concerned with work and money and COVID this last year. And this year, people are going to start looking out there and, broadening their view. Enough of this, enough of being locked. There's a world out there. I got to live. And while they do that, they're going to be observing you. And they will be observing, as you will be observing, people that are ahead of us. Wow, they're doing this. Wow, look at the business he started. Whoa. We're going to be observing and learning that which we want to copy and that which we don't want to. Okay, so a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way through example. Some people say, I did that course, so awesome. It teaches you how to lose weight. Okay, have you lost any? Not yet. Okay, when you do, you share it with me. I'm taking this course. It teaches you how to make money. How much money have you made already? Well, none, because I'm just starting. Okay, so when you make some money, please share it with me. Okay, because this is the inspiration in the year of the tiger. Show me the money, show me the result, show me this is working for you, and I'll follow. All right, so the key to successful leadership is influence, not authority. Okay, so it's not about having 10 million people following you. No, okay, great. 10 million people listen to you every day, but how many are doing what you tell them to do? Okay? How many are actually having results from what you teach? This is being a leader. Okay? This is being a leader. Not having numbers on social media, okay? But how many people do actually get results? And this should be our focus. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have a course, you have to ask yourself, where's the result? And what am I missing? What's missing here? So people get the results I got. I did. Did I get the results I'm teaching people to get? No. Oh, wait a second. Let me think this over. All right. So leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. Okay. That's why in my courses, I like teaching people from the start, from scratch, so they understand every year, okay, how to get this information. And we're going to get there in a second. So let's talk a little bit about the general tendencies, okay? It's because I really get carried away, guys. So the tiger is a fighter, okay? Sometimes a villain, sometimes a hero, but it fights for its beliefs, okay? So be careful not to waste energy on fighting, because you're going to waste energy of business achievements, of career success on fighting, arguing. It's not worth it, okay? When we talk about social life, the year of the water tiger is all about networking, making your name, making yourself known, but not making yourself known, paying thousands of dollars for Facebook and Instagram to put your name there. No, it's by what you do. That's how you make a change. That's how you make fame this year. Okay, results, show people results. All right, go out there, be proud of yourself, be proud of your story, create a new product. Your story, man, your story can help so many people. Okay, just go out there, let people know you, and be truthful. Okay, lies don't last long in the year of the tiger. When it comes to family, it's a year to to take care of the younger. Okay. We've been so worried about the older people, right? Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, because of COVID. We kind of let the young ones on their own. Okay, on YouTube, on apps, on tablets, smartphones. Okay, so this is a year to educate them again, to see what's going on, and see if they're doing the right way. Because if you think of the tigress is a wonderful mother. She teaches, right, her cubs ever since they're born how to do everything on their own, and so they can be independent. Okay. When it comes to profession, career, remember the tiger is an observer. Okay, so we should observe strategy, planning, inspiration, strength, and then attitude. Because if you think of a cat, a lion, or a tiger, they hide behind the bushes and they wait for the right time to attack their prey. They're not just, woo, I'm here, come in and get you. No, there's the element of surprise. Okay, so the element of surprise is very interesting. So because water, remember, I said water is the element that drags with it everything. So if you keep telling people your ideas, they're going to carry your idea with them. So quiet, act as a tiger, quiet. Don't tell people about your plans, what you're observing, keeping it to yourself, strike at the right time. And you don't have to tell anyone, because you have done whatever you wanted to, and people just see it on Facebook, on Instagram, or people just talk about you. Okay, so it's not about what I'm going to do, what I'm planning. No, you just keep quiet. Okay, money, profession, networking, your ideas, because the tiger is a very creative animal. Okay, so don't go out sharing your plans with people. Okay, after you've done it, after everything's okay, everything's set, everything's working, then people can see what you're doing. Money. Diversity. Okay, when we talk about investment, diversity is very important this year. Do not put more than 2 eggs in each basket. Okay, you need money orientation this year. It's a year to multiply money, to increase budget. It's not a good year for buying things for because it's young, right? And the tendency of the money is just to go away. So put it in places where it can grow. All right. Physical, the body, looks, guys, volition. What do you want to do? What do you want to see in the mirror? Okay, it's also a year of sexuality. And sexuality is wonderful. Okay, it has to do with young water in our body. But we have to understand that people that have way too much sex, okay, that have sexual intercourse too much, they are using the energy that should become magnetism, beauty, and they are using up the energy that should become volition, okay, the will to do things. So if you have too much sexual intercourse, you may lose this spark, okay, this magnetism, okay, you may look tired. Your immunity could go down, okay, and the will of doing things could go down too. And it's so important that we keep these up this year. Okay, so but Bianca, what's too much? Okay, and when we talk about Chinese medicine, having sex at least once a week, okay, at least once a week, because no sex is bad too. But what about the monks and the Saúde? They do other things that help them here. Okay, so it's very important that you have sex if you can. All right, at least once a week, 3 times a week, tops. Okay, so you don't injure your water, the water element in your body. Okay, and finally, the forecasts for the 12 animals. So guys, what I have here is not a forecast, but the name of your missions. Okay, the name of your missions. Tiger is a year of initiative. If you have a tiger in your chart, okay, is it in your social life? Is it in your family? Is it in your career? Okay, depending on the pillar, you have that tiger. Take the first step. Move on to whatever you want, whatever you wish. Make this year yours. Okay, the tiger is the ruler of the year. Okay, the ox. What should the ox be doing? Determination. Okay, determination, focus. Whatever you have started, okay, in this year, which is still yours until Monday, right? Determination, focus, strength. Do not look sideways. Do not look sideways. I know it's going to be tempting, but focus. You need focus. Rat, the rat needs motivation this year to be inspired and to inspire others. Rat, what have you done in the last 2 years that you're proud of? Just let people know. Show that. What have you learned? Teach people. Okay, the boar or the pig is the year of opportunity. It's the year of knock on the door and it shall open. Okay, so ask people that have a boar in their chart. They have to ask. They have to let others know what you need, and people will come for help. Okay, dog. The dog is the year of ambition. Okay, ambition. What's the best version you can be of yourself? What's the best you can do? And dogs need to study this year. The only thing that can protect dogs this year is to study. Okay, because we're going to see from the standpoint of the Tsiwei Shu, which is the astrology, not the zodiac, the astrology. The dog has many unlucky stars. Okay, and some things can help you, feng shui can help you, okay, but so the dog can be protected, it has to study. All right. um the rooster is going to be the top luckiest animal in this year, and it has to focus on achievements. Roosters can be very lovesick. Roosters can be very attached due to past experiences. And you have to be careful because this year will be probably the luckiest year of your entire life, okay, when it comes to achievements. And so do not waste time and money and energy thinking about other people, what they're saying. Okay, no, just focus on your stuff, okay, and achieve. Because, yeah, nobody's going to be as lucky as a rooster this year. So pay attention if you have a rooster in your chart and where it's in your chart. Okay, monkey. The monkey is it's an unlucky year, okay, for the monkey, and in the pots and in the Tsiweito shoe. Bianca, such bad news. No, look, I have a monkey in my chart. It's actually my most important animal. Am I crying? No, no, because you can use feng shui, and you have to remember that difficult years also pass. Okay, so what the monkey is going to live in the year of 2022 is what the goats went through in 2021. It's what the horses went through in 2020. Okay, so the wheel is always the wheels of the bus go round and round. Okay, so what's the hardship? What's the challenge for the monkey this year? No matter what, keep moving. No matter what, keep your word, compromise. Okay, if you just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, don't start anything new, don't open a new business. Okay, if you really have to, then it's very important that you understand a lucky day, protection charms, and a lot of stuff that you can find a lot of people that do. I do this kind of consulting, so just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, monkeys love to do 1,000 things at the same time, and they think they're in a Big Bang movie, everywhere. No, don't do that, because the gunshot is gonna somehow hit you. Okay, so just keep quiet, do your thing, and that's it. Okay, learn some feng shui, watch a lot of movies, read, do things you like, but don't go out there and try. Don't go beyond your limits this year. Okay, don't try your limits, not people's limits this year. Goats finally. Whew, right? After 2 very difficult years, the goats are going to have a very wonderful year, a year of devotion, of helping people and being helped. Okay? Being generous and receiving generosity. The horse will be the luckiest animal when it comes to money, being rich, and prosperity and abundance. Okay, the horse has gone through 3 very not very interesting years, right? And it's your turn to shine. And with the rooster, you're very lucky this year. Okay, the snake, it's a year of judgment. What's that? What serves you and what doesn't serve you anymore. Okay, so if you have a snake in your chart, it's like what fits me and what doesn't fit me anymore. So it's a year of letting go of what doesn't suit you anymore, and getting really attached to the things that are in for you, okay, that have to do with you. Now, one of the unluckiest animals this year is the dragon. The dragon is the animal of ambition. The dragon believes it can do anything and everything, and it usually can. Okay, but this year the dragon has to understand limits, especially when it comes to exposing itself, when it comes to health, when it comes to beauty, okay, when it comes to driving, traveling. Two animals shouldn't travel this year, the dragon and the rat, okay? If you have to, you need to carry some protection with you. You need to learn about some feng shui, okay? But the dragon is an animal that's kind of open, okay? Very exposed this year. So the dragon should take a step behind, a step back, study, learn about protection, and learn about health, eat well, do exercise, don't party hard, don't take substances that can get you out of your reason. Okay, so the forecast for the dragon is not good. It's not that this is going to happen. I don't have a dragon, but let's say I had a dragon in my chart. Okay, I don't go clubbing. I don't take substances that get me out of my reason. So I'm okay. Okay, so when we say it's an unlucky year, is that unlucky things can happen if you're there to get them. Oh, so for example, butterflies shouldn't go on a boat ride this year. If you are born in the year of the butterfly, why are you going into a boat if it's not really necessary? Okay, so that's luck. That's men luck. It's, I know something is not really good for me, so I'm going to avoid it. Okay, and guys, you can check on Janet Jung. Okay, Janet Jung, she's very good when she talks about feng shui. Okay, she speaks English. Her videos are awesome about feng shui. I don't like the way she talks about pots. She makes some mistakes. Okay, but when she talks about feng shui and protection, she's amazing. Okay, and the rabbit's going to be very tired this year. Okay, but the rabbit is with the boar, the animal that's going to find most help. But you need to let people know, rabbit, what you need. Okay, so let people know you're going to get help from everybody. Okay, and again, you have your mission, okay, this year. This is the mission for you this year. But remember that being successful this year depends on how much you can pretend you're a tiger, how much you can incorporate the tiger into yourself and move like water young. And water young is also fear. Okay, so there will be a lot of fear this year, but people are going to be like, okay, I'm afraid, but I'm going anyway. This is the mantra of the year. I'm afraid, but I'm going anyway. But it's not going anyway without preparation. Remember the tiger, the lion, the cat. Am I ready? Am I ready? Strategy, planning. Okay, so what do we do with all this, right? What do I do with all this? Yes, guys, that's it. Get your pots, get your Tsiweito shoe. You just have to type it. There are many websites that will give you, just try 2 or 3 from different websites because some are wrong. So when they match, you know they're right. Okay. Remember that no matter how unlucky your charts may be this year, feng shui will harmonize everything. So let me give you an example. I'm here at my table. We can already start the feng shui for next year. So I have here, for example, in this area I am, put a rose quartz, okay? For luck. Another one is a bagua. Okay. Bianca, but I don't have these things. These things are expensive. I don't know which one is good. Man, I love feng shui. Do you know why? Look at this. This is a Tai Sui card. Okay. This is a fulu. This is a charm. This is a lucky charm for a specific area of the house this year. I printed. I got the image. I printed. Okay. And it's here at the place it should be for protection. So you don't have to buy a dragon turtle. You don't have to buy a peace way, a pagoda. No, you can print those, and they don't have to show. You can stick them onto the wall behind a desk. Feng shui is very simple, okay, and makes a lot of difference, a lot of difference, okay, because we cannot change what heaven gives us. We cannot change the face of our chart, of our birth chart, right? But we can harmonize with feng shui and knowing how to act and what to do in different years. Okay, so to finish this, what I want to tell you is that it's a year of inspiration, right? Motivation, strategy, and leadership. Okay, if you need to talk to me, if you want to send an email, here's my, let me share with you the list. Here's the WhatsApp, okay, for Coisas do Tal. And these are some of the services I offer. And it's because we can make our lives so much easier, through this, and understand that if the Chinese are still doing this after 7,000 years, there must be something good to it. Right? Okay, so thank you very much for being with me.